Class 11, Subject Accountancy, Chapter 2, Basic Accounting Terms, Lecture number 3. Hello students, in our last lecture we have read about assets and its types. In this lecture we will study about expenses, expenditure and revenue. So let's start. First of all, receipt. What do you mean by receipt? A receipt is a written acknowledgement that something of value has been transferred from one party to another. Fine. In addition to the receipts, customers typically receive from vendors and service providers. So receipts are also issued in business-to-business dealings as well as stock market transactions. Fine. For example, we can say the holder of a futures contract is generally given a delivery instrument which acts as a receipt in that it can be exchanged for underlying asset when the future contract expires. Receipt means when we buy or we can say we purchase something and we in return we get written document instrument on which it is written the date on which we have purchased that goods. Fine. Amount, what amount we have paid to purchase that. Shop name, shop number, dealer signature, etc. Isn't it so? So it is a written acknowledgement that something of value has been transferred from one party to another, from seller to buyer. In simple language, we can say receipt refers to the amount received by the business organization from selling assets, goods or services. Fine. So receipts are of two kinds, revenue receipts and capital receipts. First of all, we'll see capital receipts. Capital receipts do not have a nature of recurrence and do not occur again and again, but once in the accounting period, and also they are mentioned on the balance sheet in the liability corner. Where we do mention capital receipt? On the balance sheet in the liability corner. Fine. So the non-operating sources generally in the income of capital receipt and they have a long-term effect. In simple language, we can say capital receipt refers to the amount received against transactions which are not revenue in nature. For example, we can say amount received from sale of asset like machinery, furniture, land, etc. So capital receipt we have already seen here are non-recurring in nature. Fine, these are non-recurring in nature. Capital receipts include, these are the examples of capital receipt. See, number one, the amount received against the sale of an asset. If we sold any asset, so the amount that we received in return will be called capital receipt. Fine. Second one is amount contributed as capital. Capital receipt and revenue receipt, we can see the differences between them. so that we can consider the amount contributed as capital. Fine. Third one is the amount received by way of loan. That is also considered as capital receipt. Next one is sell process of long-term investments. For long-term investment also, if we need some receipt, that is considered as capital receipt. Next one is legacy received in the non-profit organization. You know, non-profit organization that do not work for profit but for social welfare. Fine. So legacy received in the non-profit organization also includes in capital receipt. Additional capital introduced by the proprietor or partner, you know, is called capital. So receipt for it is also called capital receipt. The amount received by issuing shares of debentures in case of company. Next one is recovery of loan granted by the firm. Government grant for the specific purpose. Amount received on the sale of a business. So all these type of receipt are included in capital receipt. Fine. Sale of a asset means like machinery, furniture, land, building, etc. If we sold that, in return we received one receipt that is also included in capital receipt. These are non-recurring, means ये बार बार नहीं होती. Sometimes it happen, and after means a time gap between these things happen in which we need receipt for the capital. Fine, that is known as capital receipt. Now the example of revenue receipts are the process of cash sale. If we are selling something and in return we are getting cash for it. Received from customers against goods supplied. Fees received against services rendered in the ordinary course of business. That we do almost on daily routine in our business. Commission received. Interest received. Dividend received. And sale processed of short-term investments. Short-term investments that are to be considered within 1 year. Long-term investment more than 1 year. Fine. So revenue receipt increase the profit or decrease the loss of the business. Fine. Definitely, if the profit of our business will be increased, there will be less chances of a decrease in losses of the business. Fine. So these are the items that are included in revenue receipts. Now the difference between capital and revenue expenditure. What is the difference between capital and revenue expenditure? Capital expenditure generates future economic benefits, but revenue expenditure generates benefit for the current year only. Fine. Basically, you need to understand that about the expenditure. Expenditure refers to the amount spent for acquiring assets, goods or services. So capital expenditure and revenue expenditure means capital expenditure refers to the expenditure incurred for increasing the value of fixed assets. For example, purchase of building or furniture, or we can say if we have installed machinery in our business, it will also be included as capital expenditure. And revenue expenditure means these are incurred during an accounting period and the benefit of which is exhausted within the same accounting period. For example, if we purchase goods and services, if we do the payment of salary, rent, etc., is considered as revenue expenditure. Fine. So capital expenditure generates future economic benefit, because if we purchase furniture or if we install some machinery in the business, definitely it will increase in our economic benefit. But the revenue expenditure generates benefit for the current year only, because we have spent money for it for current year only, to get services and goods for current year only. Fine. The major difference between the two is that capital expenditure is a one-time investment, you know. On the contrary, revenue expenditure occurs frequently, basically on daily routine, or we can say quarterly, monthly. Fine, but it is not like capital expenditure that is non-recurring. Revenue expenditure is also recurring in nature. Next point of difference is capital expenditure is capitalized as opposed to revenue expenditure, which is not capitalized. Capital expenditure is capitalized because whenever we purchase building, it gives us benefit for a long period of time. And if we are doing something, purchasing goods or services, or we can say if we are making the payment of the salary, rent, advertisement, in that case that is not capitalized, isn't it so? So capital expenditure is capitalized and revenue expenditure is not capitalized. Next point is capital expenditure is shown in the balance sheet in asset side, and revenue expenditure is shown in the income statement, means profit and loss account on the debit side. Fine. Next one is capital expenditure is a long term expenditure. Conversely, revenue expenditure is a short term expenditure. As we have already read in first point, that capital expenditure, if we incur capital expenditure, purchase of building or furniture, right, definitely it gives benefit for a long period of time. That's why it is long term expenditure. And revenue expenditure is short term expenditure. How? It is short term expenditure because if we are making the payment of rent, advertisement, salary, definitely it gives us benefit for short term. That's why it is treated as short term expenditure. Fine. Sixth point is capital expenditure attempts to improve the earning capacity of the entity. On the contrary, revenue expenditure aims at maintaining the earning capacity of the company. We make capital expenditure to improve the earning capacity, because see, if we are purchasing furniture for the business to use, if we are installing some machinery in the business, then it will be considered as capital expenditure. Fine. And revenue expenditure aims at maintaining the earning capacity of the company, because we do it on daily routine basically. What type of expenditure we do on daily routine? What type of expenditure is recurring in nature? That is revenue expenditure. Fine. And last one is capital expenditure is not matched with the capital receipt. Unlike revenue expenditure, which is matched with the revenue receipt. So, capital receipt, revenue receipt, capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. These all the terms you have to make yourself understand, so that you can differentiate between capital expenditure and revenue expenditure more effectively. Fine. Because capital receipt refers to the amount received against transactions that are not revenue in nature. So, the amount received from sale of assets like machinery, furniture, etc., it is capital receipt. So, these are non-recurring in nature. Same as we know about capital expenditure as well, because it refers to the amount incurred for increasing the value of fixed assets. Fine. So, capital expenditure is not matched with the capital receipts, unlike revenue expenditure, which is matched with the revenue receipt. Fine. So, these are different points that you have to make yourself understand, that capital expenditure we incur, basically these are recurring or non-recurring. Capital expenditure are non-recurring in nature, and revenue expenditure recurring. Recurring means which occur on the daily routine basically. Fine. So these expenditure attempts to improve the earning capacity of the entity, and on the contrary, revenue expenditure aims at maintaining the earning capacity of the company. Fine. So there is a little difference between capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. But the main difference is that is recurring in nature, and this one is non-recurring in nature. Revenue expenditure does not increase the earning capacity of the business, but are incurred to maintain the existing earning capacity. Fine. We can see capital expenditure is an expense made to acquire an asset or improve the capacity of the asset. Conversely, revenue expenditure implies the routine expenditure that is incurred in day-to-day activities. Fine. So, its basic difference is this. Capital expenditure, why do we do capital expenditure? Because we have to acquire or improve the capacity of the asset that we are using in the business. And revenue expenditure implies the revenue, or we can say routine expenditure that is incurred in day-to-day business activities. Fine. Now, deferred revenue expenditure. What do you mean by deferred revenue expenditure? Deferred revenue expenditure is an expenditure which is revenue in nature and incurred during an accounting period, but its benefits are to be derived in multiple future accounting periods. These expenses are usually large in amount and essentially the benefits are not consumed within the same accounting period. What does it mean? This is revenue in nature. Definitely we have to incur this expenditure during an accounting period, means during the current year, but its benefits are to be derived in multiple future accounting periods. So deferred revenue expenditure means that the benefit of which is likely to accrue to a firm is more than one accounting period. Suppose for an example we can take one example: heavy advertising expenditure incurred in introducing a new market. Suppose if we are spending 2 lakhs on advertisement, 2 lakhs for 4 years for the advertisement of the product of our company. In that case, we will write off 50,000 each year. 2 lakh, if we divide it by 2 lakh by 4, then it will be 50,000. Fine. So 50,000 per year we will write off revenue expenditure as our expense to be incurred on the advertisement. Fine. So these are called deferred revenue expenditure. That is revenue in nature incurred during an accounting period, but its benefits are to be derived in multiple future accounting periods. Understood this line? Multiple future accounting periods means we have divided 2 lakhs in 4 years, 50,000 per year. We will write off our revenue expenditure called as deferred revenue expenditure. See, it is revenue in nature incurred during an accounting period, but its benefits are to be derived in multiple future accounting periods. These expenses are usually large in amount, and essentially the benefits are not consumed within the same accounting period. Fine. So your homework is just to revise these topics. Tomorrow we shall start with another topics, and write down in your notebook. Here some example of deferred revenue expenditure. Prepaid expenses, like the firm make a heavy investment in certain activities like sale promotion activities, the benefits for which will be incurred over the number of accounting periods. Means बहुत सारे accounting periods में, बहुत सारे accounting years में we are going to spend this amount, fine, which we have for sales promotion activities. But the expenditure is incurred in the same year. So this expenditure will be written off over the number of periods. Fine. Exceptional losses. Expenditure relating to exceptional losses by, for example, by earthquake, by flood, or we can see unforeseen losses, by loss or confiscation of property. Services rendered. Says the expenditure for the services rendered cannot be allocated to 1 year only. Also, there be no asset created with such expenditure. So, the cost of research and development for the company is also included in deferred revenue expenditure. Fine. So, your homework is you just revise these topics. Tomorrow we shall start with another topics. Fine. And note down in your notebook. And send me on my email ID that I have given you in my last lecture.